So I'm lining up as much runway as I can here without my wheels going off. There we go, make sure we're center. I also just like to roll just a tiny bit forward to make sure that my wheel is straight, because if you start off with all that power and your wheel's not straight, you're gonna zip off the runway, okay? Yep. All right. Federal traffic, Golf India, Kilo Alpha is rolling 2-5 and staying in the circuit. Okay, here we go. I got full, I'm gonna roll it just a little bit, there we go. I'm gonna add those crosswind inputs because it is crosswind. So I got full brakes, you can feel that, okay?
Yep.
We're gonna confirm full power.
Full power.
Engine gauges in the green, at least 2,000 RPMs.
Yep.
Okay, rolling 2-5. Feet off the brakes. Waiting for 44. Slowly bringing those crosswind inputs back. All right, 44. Rotate. I climb out at 68. Or sorry, 57. Do you feel how much more that is like the attitude?
Yep.
Okay. And I crabbed right away into that wind. That's a little bit gusty here. And we have such a horrible climb out rate with this plane. Normally you would be at about 1,000 feet.
Yep.
With the other planes. All right, clear of obstacle. I'm gonna lower that nose. I'm gonna get 68. So this would be what our normal climb out would look like, right? Giga is so much different, it's so much lower.
Yep.
Okay. There's that 68. Okay, we got 2 positive rates, safe airspeed and safe altitude. Flaps to cruise. Federal traffic, Golf India Kilo Alpha is on initial climb runway 25 and staying in the circuit. Okay, now climbing out at 75.
Fresno traffic, Hotel Kilo Whiskey is extending downwind, runway 03.
Oh, they're using their 03 over there.
Fresno traffic, going in from minimize, final 03, full stop.
Nice, easy turn, especially in this turbulent, no more than 15 degrees. Feels nice to fly a circuit. I never get to fly circuits anymore.
Yeah.
You're just like, fly them too many times. So trying to nail that 75. Again, this plane is so funny to fly. Like, there we go.
Yeah, but I solo in this plane.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
All right, lower that nose, pull that power back. Okay, cleared right.
Left.
Yeah, this is not my favorite plane to fly.
Oh, really?
No, just because the sightlines are so different compared to the other 2 planes.
Fresno traffic, Hotel Kilo Whiskey is turning final, runway 03 for stop and backtrack.
Federal traffic, Golf India Kilo Alpha is on left downwind for runway 25, stop and backtrack. All right, so now I'm gonna say where my aiming point is. So my aiming point is going to be the first arrow. My touchdown point is gonna be the first set of lines after the numbers. And I'm going to approach, for crosswinds, we're gonna approach a little bit faster. So I'm gonna do 70.
Okay.
Just because we have that gust factor in, so it's kind of gusting that 12, so you take that 12 and divide it by 2, which is 6, and then you add it to your normal approach speed. So that's about that 71, right?
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna slow down to under 100. And engine gauges in the green, circuit breakers good. Landing taxi, strobe, fuel pump on, mixture full rich. And seatbelt canopy sound. Seatbelt under 100, take off flaps. Cleared right and cleared left. All right, under 80, 78, sorry, take off, or land flaps. Yeah, we got quite the crosswind here. Our ground speed's 55, indicated 65, so at least a 10 knot. I'm gonna have to bring in a little bit more power here. Yeah, you see how we're still sinking quite a bit, and I'm at 19.
Yep.
Keep that 70. Wales traffic, Golf India Kilo Alpha is turning final for runway 25. Stop and backtrack. Okay, we're cleared right. And so I want you to watch my aiming points once I turn, okay? It's going to be a little bit wonky because I'm going to have to crab all the way in here.
Yep.
Might not be the best day to practice these, but we'll give them a try. If anything, we can practice your crosswinds. Is also good to know. Okay, so there we're rolling out on that. Center line, we're going to get drifted a little bit. Going to have to start crabbing into the wind. I got that 70. Aiming for that first arrow. So that first arrow is staying stationary, like I have a sticker. If I have a dot on the windscreen,
yep.
Just think about it if I'm that dot is not moving. There we go. So it's going to feel like you're coming in quite low.
Like flatter?
Yeah.
Okay.
But see, if I was not doing anything, I'd hit that arrow, right? Okay, and I'm going to bring that power out. There we go. Flaps up. Whoop. You don't want to squeal. I'm going to put those in. Sorry, I landed right on the runway. No center line. Get back onto center line. And those brakes. There we go. Now, we could have braked a little bit faster on that, but I was trying to get us back to center line, so. Wales traffic, Golf India Kilo Alpha is backtracking runway 25. So, we did land a little bit longer, but again, like I said, it's better to have a nice landing instead of slamming it down, right?
Yep.
It is a very crosswindy day,
yep.
So it's going to be a lot harder. If we had straight down the pipe, we could nail those. We could nail that first line. But I think we probably landed 2 lines. We'd probably touched down about 2 lines back.
Yeah.
So honestly, in a flight test, that probably would have been a fail. But in a flight test, we're also not going to be doing it in these conditions.
Oh,
if you had these conditions, he would just have you do a crosswind landing.
Oh, I see.
He wouldn't get you to do both because that's kind of mean. So no crosswind inputs. But yeah, so we landed a little bit right of runway, right of center line, and then we also landed a little bit longer. But did you see with my approach how we were coming in?
Yep.
It was like we felt very shallow because we were aiming for that first arrow.
Yeah.
And then again, I had to come in a little bit faster because of that crosswind. So with the crosswind landing, like that's just a safe thing to do. If you were to come in a lot slower, that's not safe, right?
No.
So we got to kind of pick and choose what those are. But we can practice that approach and practice how the procedures of what we did there. So you saw that I did flaps up right away, and then did the full. I got us back on a center line, and then did the full braking. after that.
Yeah.
So we can practice that stuff, and then when you do get a really great day, then you can practice like nailing that.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna line this up here. So I would like you to take control now,
Okay.
and I want you to do the whole procedure, and I'll be here to help you.
Okay, sounds
Okay.
good. So we have the takeoff flaps check, yeah, and gauges in green. Everything seems all good.
Yep.
And so I'll just hold the brake here.
Okay.
And then crosswind. So we have some applies of the crosswind.
Yeah, and so when we start with, because we're adding the extra element to the crosswind, when keep it like this, and then as you get faster on your roll,
Yeah.
just slowly bring it there, and then rotate, and then immediately crab. Okay.
Immediate crab like with a little bit of rudder, right?
Yeah, well you can like put your aileron, like actually crab like this way with your ailerons, so then you're going over.
Kind of like turn it to the right.
Yeah, turning into the wind. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay. So go ahead and you do the whole procedure, and I'm here to help.
Okay. So I have already applied the brakes.
Okay.
Maybe we already straightened the nose, right?
Yeah,
so,
we already straightened the nose.
So we apply the brakes, and then powerful.
Okay.
Gauges in green. We have at least 2,000 RPM.
Okay.
So we're ready to go.
Okay.
Just release the brake.
Yep.
Apply some rudders.
Nose traffic, Golf India Kilo Alpha is rolling 25, staying in the circuit.
And I bring the nose back. The aileron back.
Good.
And waiting for that 44.
Yep.
To rotate.
Good.
And then,
There, yeah, good. Now climb out at 57.
57.
The nose way up. There. Up further. Good job. Yeah.
Oh. Wind.
Yeah, it's a little gusty. Good. Okay, and try and keep that 57.
57, yeah.
Good. All right, obstacle is cleared.
Obstacle clear, so we want to pitch at 68.
Good, yep. See, and this looks so different.
Yep.
Normally, YSE is like, your cowling is right at the mountains.
Save altitude, positive rates,
Good.
left the cruise.
Okay.
So we want to aim that 75.
75, perfect.
Yeah, so we want to lower our nose a little bit. And 4,000, we want to turn to the crosswind.
Okay.
And because it's gusty, so we want to maintain like 50 within the 15 degrees for the turn.
Well, it's always 15 if you're on a climb.
Yep.
No more than 15.
Yep. $4,000 for the lower nose. Pull the RPM back to about 2.1.
For the traffic, Golf India Kilo Alpha, turning downwind runway 25 for the stop and backtrack.
And just watch that altitude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and trim it out. This plane you have to trim quite a bit. There. Might need to not quite crab quite as much, probably a little bit. There, yeah. That's good though. The good adjustments that you know how to do that. So that's awesome.
Landing light, takes light on, strobe light on, like both. Fuel pump on, jet bed on. Make sure full rich, gauges in green. Circuit breakers on position. Let me get back to that about 44.
Yeah. Yeah, 44 or 45. Depends on which one you want to use. Either or.
And let me slow down a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, and this plane's fast.
Yeah.
Because of that prop. And so then now you need to announce where your aiming point is and your...
I'll be aiming the first aerial, and the touch-on point will be the second line after the numbers.
Okay.
And then we'll be approaching about 70 knots. And now we are under 100, so we'll be taking put in the takeoff flaps.
Okay. Good job. And actually, it's a good thing that you said the second line. I think...
Because on traffic, Hotel Kilo Whiskey is 6 miles north of the airport at
giving yourself that
6,500 feet.
little bit of extra
Switching on
time
route
instead of trying
frequency.
to force it down, because you can say wherever you want on the runway.
Yep.
You just have to do it.
Okay. And then I'm going to turn to the base right now.
At least it's not too bumpy.
Okay.
It's not too bumpy, right? It's
Yeah,
just
not too bad.
Just a bit windy.
Below 80, I'll put the landing flaps.
Okay.
Clear right,
Third right.
clear left.
Clear traffic, Golf Indy Kilo Alpha, turning final runway 25, let it stop and backtrack.
Because we have a crosswind from the north, so I'll be like flying a bit further.
Okay.
Before we turn.
All right, and let's put our pretend sticker on that first arrow on the windshield. Imagine there's a sticker on your windshield, and it's on that first arrow. And we want that first arrow to stay on that sticker. Okay, you can feel us doing the drift.
Yep.
Okay, good job on your airspeed. Just grab a little bit more into the winds. Yeah, there you go. And reduce that power because we're going to try and...
We're floating. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. We're going to come in just a little shallower than what we normally would. Good. Make sure you straighten that nose out before we land. Okay. Flaps up right away. Good. And that brake, yeah, nice and easy. Yeah, it's a pretty tough day to do this, but you're doing really well with the crosswind. So that's a good thing.
Okay, that's backtrack.
Yeah, and backtrack. Yeah, because we're straight. Go ahead.
Clear traffic, Golf Indy Kilo Alpha, backtracking runway 25.
As we have like crosswind from our right when we land, so can we like kind of like land a bit on the right hand side of the runway, right? A bit right?
No, we're supposed to always land center line.
The center line, but we can like touch on the right wheel first, right?
Oh, yes, yeah, correct, yeah. So we're supposed to be touching the upwind side.
I did feel like we touch on the right wheel first. Just a bit too hard for me.
Okay, yeah.
Is it too hard, right?
It was a little bit hard, but it wasn't too bad.
Not too bad.
Yeah, but always making sure that when you get that, and you did fine.
Oil traffic, this is Golf Kilo, Quebec Kilo, radio check.
Can hear 555.
Thank you.
Yeah, so making sure that that once those wheels, all three wheels have to be down, and then we do that flaps up. So that's what the instructor is looking for, is like making sure, okay, once those wheels are down, flaps up, and then slowly start adding that brake, right? And you did well with the braking, like you didn't jam them on and go.
Just like slowly.
Yeah, just like nice, easy pressure on them. So.
But I feel like I passed the touchdown point.
We did, yeah, we absolutely did. So we can come in a little bit shallower.
Okay.
But we kind of have to keep that speed up because it is a crosswind. So it's fine because it's safe. Because if you, like, when we do it on really nice calm days, like we can pass this arrow, and like once we pass once we're over top of the arrow, we can slow that airspeed down as much as we can. Like we can like cut that power rate back and get that.
I need to use that as much as, right?
Yep. And like, you know, once we're past this threshold, have it at 55, right?
Yeah.
But if we were to do that at 55, we're gonna get blown off.
Oh yeah.
So it's not safe to do it that slow.
Today, right?
So I wouldn't be too concerned about where you're touching down today. Just get the procedure down.
Okay.
And then we'll perfect it. You're gonna go through this over and over again. So you'll perfect it. You'll perfect it on a day that's more adequate for this. Okay, just make sure that front wheel is straight.
Okay. Let's do that again.
Yep, but just make sure you do your radio call.
Okay.
For the traffic, Golf Kilo Alpha, lining runway 25, stay in circuit.
With short delay.
With short delay.
There you go. And then right before we're about to roll, then you do rolling 25, staying in the circuit, okay?
For the traffic, Golf Kilo Alpha, rolling runway 25, stay in circuit.
Good. And then put those crosswind inputs in.
And then, so let's go with the power full.
Yeah.
Make sure the gauges are in green. RPM only has 2,000. Release the brake, and then the right rudder.
Good job getting back to center line. Yeah, good.
Oh. And we are rotating at 44.
Okay, climbing out at that 57. Good job. There, yeah, get that nose up. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, obstacle is cleared.
Clear obstacle, so we are aiming 68.
Okay.
Save altitude, positive rates, flaps the cruise, aiming at 75. About 4,000, we'll turn into the crosswind. More than 15 degrees. Lower nose to cruise, RPM back.
The traffic, Golf Kilo Alpha, turning downwind runway 25 for the stop and patch.
Landing light, takes light, turbine on, mag at both. Fuel pump on, jump it on. Make sure full rich, gauges in green, circuit breaker cells in position. I'll be aiming the first arrow, and our touch-on point will be aiming maybe the third line after the number. And approaching speed will be aiming maybe 70 knots.
Sounds good.
Below 100, takeoff flaps. Into the base. Below 80. Flaps.
Quite the updraft there.
Hey?
It was quite the updraft there.
Yeah.
Good adjustment though, and you did well. You're very gentle on the controls, which is really nice. You don't go extremes, which is good. It's nice just to have that little bit and adjust and wait for the plane to settle and instruments to start reading correctly. And maybe let's try just a little bit of a more shallower turn this time. I know you did it last time because we were going to get blown, but I want you to try and get on center line right away and then crab into the wind. It's a little easier than trying to fight to get back to center line.
Sounds good.
For the traffic, Golf India Kilo Alpha, turning final runway 25 for the stop and batch up.
Good. Yeah, because then, see, now we're going to crab a little bit, but then we're going to be right on center line. A little easier, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, let's imagine that dot on our windscreen, and it's on that first arrow, and we're going to try and make sure we keep that dot on the arrow. Good. Nice. And straighten that nose out just a little bit. Yeah.
Oh.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh.
There, yeah. Whoop. It's okay. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, there you go. Nice gentle there.
Worse than the previous one.
That's okay. You know, your approach was really great, though. Your airspeed was awesome. Your glide slope was really great. It was just, and again, it's like really hard conditions for this, because like if you had no wind or wind straight down the pipe, you would be nailing these. You really would be.
Hopefully.
So it's okay.
Go. Studio traffic, Golf India Kilo Alpha, backtracking runway 25.
Okay, so here's the question we have. So you're supposed to go solo after this and practice these.
Okay.
To me, it's a little bit pointless practicing them today because of the wind. So there's two options we can do. We can continue flying together and work on them because you have the plane technically, and I don't have another student until 10:45, so I've got time. Or we can send you solo to practice crosswinds, or we can call it completely and just stop right now. It's up to you. Or we can, if you want to just practice crosswinds with me a couple times and then go solo crosswinds, we can do that too.
Sure, yeah, we can do that, yeah.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, well let's do just, so forget about the short fields.
Okay.
Let's just do normal crosswind takeoff and a normal crosswind landing.
Okay.
And then would you like to solo if you're good with those?
Yeah, sure.
And practice the solos?
Okay.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, and then so what will end up happening next time is you will probably, I'm not sure exactly what they'll do. They might have you come and practice and do the PGI for the softs.
Soft, okay.
And then come and practice with the instructor softs and shorts together.
Yeah.
And then you could solo softs and shorts.
Okay.
So they might do that, or they might have you come do a quick, like a kind of half and half. So half instructor flight, practicing the shorts, and then a full solo flight, practicing the shorts.
Sounds good.
So I'm not exactly sure. It kind of depends on the student and what time they have and stuff like that. So if you prefer to have one, like if you prefer to have the half and half where it's just like a couple circuits with the instructor and then you can solo, just let them know. If you think it's going to be too much to add the softs in there.
Well, there's plenty of birds there.
Yeah, lots of birds.
So we are just taking on
let's just do normal crosswind takeoff. Do you think you'll want to solo after this, or do you want to just hang out with me and do a few of these?
I can do a few of the crosswind landing takeoff, and then I can. Is it like too strong for student to do the crosswind?
No, we're right on the cusp.
Good. I mean, it's safe enough, right?
Yeah, 15 knots is max, and we're gusting about 12.
12. Okay. Yeah, I can try that out. I mean, afterward.
Okay. Well, let's do one, and then we'll see if you want to do another one, or if you want to just do it solo with me, or without me. Let's do one nice circuit, and then we'll decide on the other end.
Sounds good.
Okay. So you go ahead.
Okay.
Further traffic, Golf Indicator Alpha, landing runway 25. Further traffic, Golf Indicator Alpha, rolling runway 25, stay in the circuit.
Okay, let's go. Gauges in green.
Good.
RPM sufficient. And airspeed is alive. It's harder to maintain a center line today.
Yeah, it is.
Rotate.
Good job. Kind of nice just doing a normal takeoff now, huh? Good.
So bumpy today.
Yeah, a little bit.
Further traffic, Golf Indicator Alpha, Indonesia, climb runway 25, stay in the circuit.
I'm just going to let Kay know what we're doing here, so.
Okay, safe attitude, positive rate, flat the cruise.
You fly away.
Clear traffic, Golf Indy Kilo Alpha, turning downwind runway 25 for the stop up and check.
Miles traffic, this is Aztec Golf Quebec, Kilo Quebec, taxiing for the main neighboring Alpha, hold short 25.
Landing light, take lights right on, make it both, jet brake on. Fuel pump on, get your full ridge, gauges in green, circuit breaker is on in position. I like to fly like around 90, like slower.
A little slower, yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. As long as you don't go below 80 on the downwind, then you're fine. It's a little easier to control it. All right, so Kay says as long as you can do a couple good crosswind landings without the short fields, just the crosswind,
Okay.
then you're good to go solo.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Hills traffic,
Take off
this
flaps.
is Golf Quebec, Kilo Quebec, holding short 25 on Alpha. Hills traffic, Golf Quebec, Kilo Quebec is backtracking 25 for takeoff.
Okay, we're gonna have to extend our downwind.
Yep.
So you go ahead and let him know that.
For the traffic, Golf Indy Kilo Alpha, on the late downwind of runway 25, we'll be extending our downwind for the traffic on the backtrack.
Now, did you want
Thanks.
to... Oh, there we go. I was like, he didn't even say thank you. Did you want to do a backtrack, like a stop and backtrack, or do you want to just do the takeoffs?
You mean like the touch and go?
Yeah.
We can do a touch and go if,
Touch and
if
go?
the
Okay.
yeah if we landed like nicely.
Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good. Yeah, you're doing a very good job with holding downwind nicely, holding your airspeed good, your altitude good. And yeah, let's do it just a nice crosswind landing, so those, making sure that our nose is straight, right? So
Yep.
we can crab coming in. Do you remember the side slip?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the side slip is, I'm just going to pretend that we're on final, okay?
Yep.
So our ailerons are going to be into the wind as much as we need to, and then you're going to have opposite rudder,
Yep.
okay? So that allows us to come in straight with the runway instead of doing that crab. So
Yep.
you can pick and choose, decide which one you want. If you want to crab, that's totally fine. You just need to make sure that you straighten that nose using rudders before you land,
Yep.
because if you land sideways, that's not good.
During the run out, right? Like we will kind of try to straighten our nose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's we're probably good here.
Okay. Turn into the face.
And actually, why don't we practice when we're coming in? We'll practice a little bit of that side slip, and then you can see if you like it or not.
Sure.
I actually, my entire commercial license never side slipped ever. I always crabbed. And Kay's like, you have to know how to side slip because you got to teach it. I'm like, okay. The very last part, like of my instructor training, I was like, I got to learn this. All right. I would say most people crab into the wind, and then once they get over top of that runway, straighten that nose.
Yeah.
But it's good to know how to do both. So we'll just practice that, and then you don't have to do it. You can just you can do the crab, but we do teach it because sometimes students will forget to straighten the nose, and then you land sideways. We did drift quite a bit, so we maybe should have crabbed a little bit more. But that's okay. This gives us a nice, good chance to practice that side slip.
Yeah, like we are kind of far away from the field.
Yeah, so we're
Hills traffic, Golf Quebec, Kilo Quebec is rolling 25 up to departure. We'll climb straight out to 4,400 after which we'll make a right hand turn in for eastbound departure.
Yeah, we could have turned a little bit sooner, but that's okay.
What's that?
I said we could have turned a little bit, base a little bit sooner.
Oh yeah.
That's fine. So when you call your final, do a 3.5 mile final.
Sounds good. At this point, it's like too far. I need to confirm which one is the field.
Okay, we'll just turn now.
Okay.
Yeah. And once we turn, yep, keep turning. So you see there's like, they're building fences right before it?
Yeah.
You can see that.
I see
See that now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like confused by the next one.
That's okay. All right, so let's turn right onto final, and then we'll practice that side slip, okay?
Okay.
So turn all the way onto final, and go ahead and call that 3.5 mile final.
For the traffic, Golf India Kilo Alpha on 3.5 of final of runway 25 for the stop and backtrack.
Perfect. Okay, so let's get right onto that center line, and I'll just help you a little bit. So I want you to put the ailerons into the wind, so we're going to put them this way, and then we're going to add a little bit of that opposite rudder. And depending there. And you might need a little bit more of each. There, okay, so I'll let you hold that.
Okay.
See how now we're actually holding that center line without crabbing. Our nose is straight down.
Yeah.
Okay. But you can go ahead and start descending and stuff now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a good technique to
Kilo traffic, Quebec Kilo Quebec, initial climb off of 25, going through the bus to the east, climbing up to 7,000, Quebec Kilo Quebec.
It's kind of nice to have that visual, right?
Yep.
Of it. And with the side slip,
Sir, some traffic, unifying the mic is clear to circuit altitude, 4,300, climbing to 6,500 for eastbound.
There. Good. And don't forget those takeoff flaps.
Yep. But we are.
Oh yeah, but yes, we got to slow down.
Well, even more.
Yeah. Okay. So let's lose that airspeed because we got quite a bit of airspeed to lose. Okay.
Flaps.
Okay.
And oh.
That's okay. We'll come down. There. Good. And just normal crosswind landing. Nice. So you're getting that adjustment really well. Do you like this?
Yep.
Yeah.
But I prefer crab.
You prefer the crab? That's fine
Yeah.
too. Yeah. It's good to learn it. Straighten that nose out. It's okay. Just let it balloon a little bit. And try and land with that wheel, with the right wheel. Nose center. And there. We didn't quite. Oh, that's okay. Okay. Whoa. There we go.
Did I let go? The
yeah, you just need a little bit more right aileron, that's all. All right, well, let's try one more, and then you do how you want to do it. If you want to do the crabbing, or if you want to do that side slip, you can. Either or.
For the traffic, Golf India Kilo Alpha, backtracking around 25.
So just really making sure that you're holding that nose. So it kind of looks like when we were landing there, you let go of that left rudder, so then our nose kind of turned again. Yeah. And so you need to keep that left rudder in and keep that nose straight down the runway. Okay.
With the back pressure, that was okay, but I need a bit of a more right aileron. But with the rudder, I should like keep that like left rudder in.
Yeah. Yeah, because you kept releasing it.
Yeah.
So keep that left rudder in as much as you need to, right? Like don't keep it all the way in, because then you're gonna go the wrong way. But just.
Hello traffic, this is Fibrastic Golf Quebec Kilo Quebec, north of the field, passing through 6,500, climbing 7,000, heading east towards Frank Lake, Quebec Kilo Quebec.
Yeah, and then just once that nose is straight, and we're kind of in that flare, just adding that tiny bit of right aileron, so then that kind of dips that wing just a little bit, so then you can land on that one wheel.
Yep.
Okay. So this next one I'm not going to help you at all. I'm just going to let you do it all. I didn't really help you on that last one either, so.
That's why you're like bouncing around.
Yeah, well that's okay. And then and so when you do balloon like that, don't worry, just let the plane sink down again, get back to that cruise attitude, and just let it sink again. You don't need to pull straight up or anything like that. You didn't do that, but lots of students will just pull straight up trying to fix it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
For the traffic, Golf Indy Kilo Alpha, lining runway 25.
Good.
For the traffic, Golf Indy Kilo Alpha, rolling runway 25, standing circuit.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Gauges in green. RPM sufficient. Airspeed's alive.
Good.
Ready to rotate.
This is traffic, this is Piper Aztec Golf, Quebec, Kilo, Quebec. This is coming over Frank Lake. Level 7,000 feet, heading eastbound, switching over to en route frequency. So traffic, Quebec, Kilo, Quebec.
Back to center line, there you go. And climb out that 68.
Oh. Save altitude, positive rates. Up the cruise. I'm at 75. For 1,000. Clear right, clear left. Then into the crosswind.
For the traffic, Golf Indy Kilo Alpha, turning downwind on runway 25 for the start of fetch up.
It's harder to maintain the airspeed, like, on the bumpier day.
Yeah, exactly. It is. It's so much nicer to fly on smooth days. Much easier flying.
Landing line takes light on, short light on, magnet boat, jet light on, fuel pump on, mixture fluid, gauges in green, circuit breakers all in position.
And watch that altitude.
Yep.
Traffic Zulu Hotel Yankee, initial climb runway 03.
Below 100, takeoff flaps. Into the base. Low 80, landing flaps.
There's some traffic, Zulu Hotel Yankee is on downwind for 03.
Crest traffic, Hotel Kilo Whiskey is descending on the inactive side to join a mid-left downwind 03, number 2.
Traffic of any Kilo Alpha, turning final, runway 25 for the stop and backtrack.
Yeah, that was a great turn to final. That was very nice. Touchdown on the wrong wheel, but it was very close.
Yeah, because I realized I should apply some right aileron.
Okay.
I mean, when I feel the left wheel's on the ground.
Yeah.
And so I applied. So the second bounce was on the right wheel, right?
Yes, yeah, that was good. That was a nice landing, though. Like, you straightened the nose out, you were center line. Yeah.
So we'll backtrack?
Yes, so, well, do you want to do a couple more with me, or do you think you can do it on your own? You want to do one more?
I think
Or do you want to do a couple more and then just call it for the day?
I think I can try by my own.
Okay, do you want to try now?
Sure, yeah.
Or one more with me?
Up to you, like in your judgment.
Let's do one more just
Okay.
to nail it, because that last one was really great. The one before that was not as great.
Yeah.
Let's just solidify
To make sure,
it.
yeah. Yeah, no
okay.
problem.
And then we'll do a full stop.
Okay.
Foot traffic of any Kilo Alpha, backtracking runway 25.
And at any point, if you, like you said, you called it that one day, if you feel uncomfortable and it doesn't feel like it's going very well, just call it, right?
Yeah.
Don't feel like you need to push your limits.
Sure.
It's good to push your limits a tiny bit, just to get more and more comfortable.
Yeah.
But if you feel uncomfortable, then don't.
Okay, sounds good.
There's always another day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have the plane again at 11:15.
Okay.
So you would have to do your last landing at 11.
Okay. I'll probably do that like a bit earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we're gonna, by the time we get down, we'll be 10:15. You'll have probably about a half an hour to practice. You'll be able to do like 2 or 3 by yourself. Probably 3. Because we have to go and fill out another line for you.
Yep.
And probably I might get Ed to fill you up. Eduardo. I cannot say his name.
Eduardo?
Eduardo? See, I can't, like, my mouth can't do, like, that O part. I call him Eddie.
They're from, I'm not too sure where they're from.
They are from, where are they from?
Venezuela? Not too sure, because they speak Spanish.
They speak Spanish. Is it Puerto Rico? No. Dominican. That's where they're from.
Dominica.
Yeah, they're from the Dominican Republic. All right, 1 second check. Always make sure we're on those flaps.
Flaps good here.
Yeah, good.
Straight in the nose. That's good here.
Yeah.
For the traffic, Go Vita Kilo Alpha, lining up runway 25. For the traffic, Go Vita Kilo Alpha, in the rolling runway 25, stay in the circuit.
Okay, let's go. Cages in green, RPM sufficient. FC is alive. Oh, 44.
Okay, we might have to crab a little bit more into the wind. We're kind of drifting quite
Quite a lot,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Save SP, save altitude, positive rates.
Present traffic, Zulu Hotel Yankee is on downwind for 06.
So is that radio code like something 06?
Yeah, it's Claire's home.
Oh.
And normally, because Claire's home shares the same radio frequency as us, which is annoying because they're so close. So 03. Yeah, they don't use 06 very often, so they must be. They have 06, 03, 24. And what would that be?
So basically we can ignore that.
Oh, yeah, just ignore it.
Yeah.
0624.
For the traffic, Go Vita Kilo Alpha, turning downwind, runway 25, for stop and check.
Right? Stop and check?
Yeah, full stop.
Oh, yeah.
Correction, that's for the full stop.
Running light takes extra bar on, make it both. Fuel pump on, jumping on. Make sure full ridge, gauges in green, circuit breakers on the
Foothills Regional on the ground at the southwest hangars. Taxi to the apron. It's Gulf Romeo Victor uniform.
Below 100, take a flaps.
Present traffic, Zulu Hotel Yankee is on final position.
Is that someone's backtracking?
No, it's on final for 03. They're
No, I mean the...
on the apron?
Yeah.
No, they were just moving from the southwest hangars to the apron.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Below 80, turning flaps.
For the traffic, go into Kilo Alpha, turning final round 25 for the stop dispatcher. Sorry, for the post stop.
Straighten that nose. Just gentle, there you go.
Not the perfect one.
Not the perfect one, but that's why you're here to learn, right?
Yeah.
As long as you're safe.
And I should apply more right aileron.
A little more, yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit scary because you're so close to the ground. You think like wing strikes, right?
Yeah. That's why that's the one like in my mind. Like I don't want to hit the winds. I'd rather like land on the wrong wheels. But yeah, I know I need to, but yeah, in my body I don't want to strike the winds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just do the clear of active call.
Yep.
For the traffic, go into Kilo Alpha, clear runway 25 on Alpha.
Auto as required. Make sure lean for taxi. Fuel pump off. Flaps to cruise confirm. Avionics as required. Transponder will turn it back to standby. Time we landed at around 9:54. Setting lights off. So will we be on the apron?
Yeah, just bring it to the apron. I'll probably get Eddie to fill it up, but I just don't want to take up the pump just in case somebody else wants to. So
Okay.
yeah, apron's good.
For the traffic, go into Kilo Alpha on Alpha, taxiing to the main apron.
Actually, you know what? Let's Actually, let's just go to the fuel pumps. I'll fuel you up while you go do your line.
Okay.
So just do a. So you feel comfortable going out there?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I think you're fine. You just need to practice a little bit more of that.
Crosswind landing.
Yeah, the ailerons into the wind. Yeah, so go do a normal line like you would.
Okay.
And put full tanks. And
Foothills, Romeo Victor uniform on the apron. Taxi Alpha hold short. Is there anyone in the circuit?
And yeah, so and then when you come back, just do a quick walk around, as in like make sure your fuel cap's on, make sure your oil cap is on.
Okay.
Just walk one line around, and
Okay.
then you can take off and go do your run up again. If they're using 07 instead, just use the run up bay here. If they're using 25, then go down to do the 25.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Here's good.
Yeah, this is good.
Foothills Regional, Romeo Victor uniform is entering 07 for departure with a straight out departure and a left turn.
Again, Mrs. Switch off.
Footer traffic, Governor Kilo Alpha. Rolling runway 25, stay in a second.
Engines in green, RPM sufficient. Airspeed's alive.
Footer traffic, Governor Kilo Alpha. Initial climb runway 25, stay in a second.
Safe altitude, positive raise, positive cruise. Pitch for 75.
Footer traffic, Governor Kilo Alpha. Turning downwind runway 25. So the stop at that track.
Landing lights relay on. Landing lights exit relay on. Make it both. Jump it on. Make it full rich. KG is in green. Second base is in position. Go 100, take a flaps. Take a flaps.
And Foothills Regional Traffic, Cessna 172 Golf Yankee Delta Echo, approximately 9 miles to the northwest. We're inbound to join the circuit at Foothills Regional Golf Yankee Delta Echo.
Further traffic of any Kilo Alpha, turning final runway 25 for the stop and batch check.
And Foothills Traffic, Cessna 172 Golf Yankee Delta Echo, 5 miles to the northwest, descending through 6,000 feet, inbound to the Flyway Airport at Foothills Regional Golf Yankee Delta Echo.
Further traffic of any Kilo Alpha, batch checking runway 25.
And foothills traffic, Cessna 172, Golf Yankee Delta Echo, crossing overhead 5,000 feet, will join the downwind left for 25, check the departing traffic. At foothills is Golf Yankee Delta Echo.
Clear traffic, Golf Yankee Kilo Alpha, landing on runway 25. Clear traffic, Golf Yankee Kilo Alpha, rolling runway 25, standing circuit.
Engines in green, RPM sufficient, airspeed's alive.
Clear traffic, Golf Yankee Kilo Alpha, Indonesia climb runway 25, standing circuit.
Seven 2, positive rates, public cruise.
Clear from traffic at Kilo Whiskey, turning final runway 03, touch and go, clear from.
For 1,000.
Clear traffic, Golf Yankee Kilo Alpha, turning downwind runway 25 for the touch and go.
Foothills traffic 172, Golf Yankee Delta Echoes, crosswind to join the downwind number 2 for a short field touch and go, correction, stop and go, Foothills Regional, Golf Yankee Delta Echo.
Clear traffic, Golf Yankee Kilo Alpha, turning base of runway 25 for the touch and go.
traffic, contact kilo speed descending downwind runway 03, touching up.
Put traffic over in Kilo Alpha, turning final runway 25 for the touch and go.
Foothills Regional Traffic 172 Golf Yankee Delta Echo. Turning base runway 25. This will be a stop and go at Foothills Regional Yankee Delta Echo.
Put traffic over in Kilo Alpha and initial climb runway 25. Stay in the circuit.
Safe altitude, stay raise speed, positive rates, flat to cruise. $2,000, clear right, clear left, into the crosswind.
Put traffic over in Kilo Alpha, turning downwind on runway 25 for the stop, for the full stop.
from traffic, contact Kilo Whiskey, turning downwind runway 03, touching up, clear from.
Yankee Delta Echo, rolling runway 25 at High River left circuit. Pleasant traffic, car flowing right, about nautical miles northeast of Clerkham area, climbing to 6,100, changing to on route.
Clear from traffic, contact Kilo Whiskey, turning final runway 03, touching out, clear from.
Foothills traffic, someone 72 going Yankee Delta Echo, downwind left for stop and go, runway 28 at Foothills Regional.
Traffic, Golf India Kilo Alpha, turning final runway 25 for full stop.
And Foothills traffic, Yankee Delta Echo, turning the left base for runway 28. This will be a stop and go at Foothills Regional, Yankee Delta Echo.
Footer traffic, go to Kilo Alpha, clear runway 25 on Alpha. Footer traffic, go to Kilo Alpha on Alpha, taxiing to the main airport.
And Foothills traffic, Yankee Delta Echo, 1.5 mile final for runway 28, stop and go at Foothills Regional. It's Yankee Delta Echo.